Hey guys, this is Synthead. I'm going to make some music. I'm actually making this music in response to a YouTube comment that I got saying that they liked how I explained what I was doing with my gear. It was really cool, so I thought I'd make a video explaining my gear. This is a really quick progression that I put together, just 2 chords looping, but it fits the piece because it's got a dancing bass line. I like it. Anyway, it's going to run into a MIDI channel right here. MIDI channel 4 is going to be going out too. So brace yourself, this is going to be a long explanation. I got a M-Audio Delta 1010LT audio card. It does 10 inputs, 10 outputs, SPDIF, word clock, ADAT control, MIDI, whatever the heck you want, man. Frequency up the butt, milliseconds down the toilet, whatever. So, it's coming out of this piece of software into the audio card, coming out of the MIDI output. The MIDI output then gets patched to the Studio 128X patch bay, which since my last video is nicely put into a rack. Inspiration, man, look what it does to you. Anyway, so it's set to my program 2, which is designated to take that MIDI signal and put it out on another audio port, which is going to run underneath, under the table, through low, high voltage cable, blah, 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 separate, into my PAiA MIDI-CV adapter right here. This is not going to be used because it's actually going to go through the MIDI thru. So MIDI thru comes right into the Juno-106 polyphonic synthesizer. This is a great synth, man, real warm. You can't make a bad sound out of it. I just fixed it, so I'm excited to make more music with it. Anyway, I have it patched to a way I like with some chorus going on there, and the audio outputs are going to come out of here. So, halt right there. This is where the audio starts, right here. No audio from Fruityloops again. Anyway, it's coming from here, and it's going to buzz over, okay, high, low voltage, da-da-da-da-da, back into my patch bay. Right here. It's plugged into the back. So if you read right here, it says Juno-106 into 3-4-N. These guys work down. They like this. You see 1, 2, 3, they work in groups. Reason is you can have normalized or denormalized connections. This is normalized. Normalized means if you don't have a cable plugged in, these two are going to be connected to each other. Denormalized means it's not doing anything. They're just jacks. So it's the same as having 2 1/4-inch jacks just like Gorilla Glued into a block right there, right? But it's normalized. So it's going to be going to 3-4-N on the Delta 1010LT as marked. It comes out the back of the patch bay, goes into the audio card, comes into the software with a SIO 1 millisecond latency or less, blah, 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 toilet, wazoo, whatever. And it comes into my mixer right here, and I can designate any channel in any number. Right here you can see that there's some levels going up and down. The Juno-106's chorus is a little dirty, so you can see that the noise is coming through. And it's coming through because I have right here 3-4 set, hence 3-4 right here, Juno-106, right? So it's coming in here, and if you look very closely right here, it's actually set to use a send. So the send, if I click and take a look at it right here, is going to be going into the analog out 3-4 right here of the M-Audio Delta 1010LT audio card. So the audio comes out of some RCA jacks, blah, 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 comes into my patch bay, goes into a denormalized connection right here for 3-4 out. This green cable comes out over here to another denormalized connection to cassette input. Cassette input? Yeah, man, this thing is freaking great. This has audio playback and read heads that are close together, and travel time with the tape is about a 1/4 second or so. But the really nice property of having that with this deck specifically is that if you set the monitor to tape, and you let it record and you have something playing into the tape deck, you can listen to the sound of the audio as it's being recorded onto the tape in real time. That way you can see if you have a good recording, but in my case I'm using this as a tape effect, and if I turn the volume up a little bit too high, which I'm doing right now, well, will be doing, you can get some really nice natural warm tape distortion. So anyway, I think that's good enough. Let's start this thing rolling. Hit record and play. And onward with the tape deck. It makes a little bit of noise. So anyway, the cassette out right here on black goes into the Alex in right here. What the heck is an Alex? It's this thing. This thing's freaking great too. I got this at a thrift store for $3, didn't they now, right? This is going to run into a gate. I have it programmed the way I want. 8. And it's going to come in here and play back, come back out to Alex out right here on the orange cable. And the orange cable is going to run into here into a normalized connection between the InSonic ESQ1 and the 5.6N. Now, these connections that are normalized, if you plug a cable into it, you interrupt the signal path. So now I disconnected the InSonic and plugged this in. If normalized just means there's an invisible cable plugged into it that I unplugged and plugged this into. So I'm forcing the audio to go through 5.6 instead of the InSonic ESQ1 right here. So anyway, it's going into 5.6 on the mixer, which is coming in on 5. Here it is, channel 5. It's coming on channel 5, and it's going to go right here, see, channel 5. It's going to go into a Waves X noise. This thing is freaking great, man. I like this piece of software. So the Juno is going to make some noise. You can already see it, blah, 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 blah. It's going to go into the tape deck, really rip it to shreds, go into the effects rack, and just like process it to crap. And then I use this to tone it down a little bit. It actually doesn't sound that bad. I just like to exaggerate. But this will give it kind of a warm sound without making it really blaringly white noised out. Yes, having a digital effect at the end of everything will kind of kill the analog warmth to it, but this piece of software is so good, you're really only going to lose the high-end range and have a slightly slight change in the mids and lows, which is fine. That's what I want. I just want like a warm-sounding pad. So anyway, blah 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 blah. Both channel 5 over here and channel 10 are being routed into the master, which is, oh, I'm sorry, channel 10 is not. So we're only getting effect over here to the master. If I click the master channel, we go over here to the output, which is going to analog out 1, 2. Go over here to the patchbay, and we see 1, 2 is a normalized connection. Yes, I said it, normalized or denormalized. Don't get too confused. Normalized connection to 9, 10 mixer. The mixer is right here, and it's going in on this channel into the 1, 2 output, which I had labeled because of my audio card. And then it gets processed here, whatever, very simple. I'm just using it for monitoring mostly, into an audio jack, and then it goes into the speakers right here. And you finally hear it. That's the process for this one track that I'm going to record right now. So here goes. This is actually going to be part of a song, maybe personally, maybe released. Who knows? If you hear the sound, this is the first time it ever got recorded. Okay, here it goes. Play. And there you have it.